welcome to my new series, Seaside to Superstars. This is going to be my new long-term save, which will run alongside the Breaking the Mould, and will eventually run alongside the Journeyman once Breaking the Mould has come to an end. In this series, we're going to attempt to take a club from the very bottom of the English Football League pyramid right to the very top. I plan to keep this save going right up to the end of FM20 and try to get the club to the Premier League. So we've got 11 months, I would say, to get these into the Premier League. Obviously, FM came out in like November, so we've got plenty of time yet. As you can see from the background, we've arrived at our new club. This is the new stadium. It's actually quite nice when we look into it. Skegness Town. So, I spent a lot of time in Skegness when I was a youngster. I did look at some of the more local teams around me, like Penistone Church and Athersley Rec, and thought, I could maybe take them up. But I thought, do you know what? I spent a lot of time in Skegness. One of my mates has recently done an edited version. He actually created Skegness Town in FM, I think it was 18, and took them to the Premier League and is doing world domination. But I thought, do you know what? There's a database where Skegness actually exists for real, which has been created by the FM editor 85. I'll put a link down to his information in the description below if you want to check out his databases. He's very active on Twitter. He's very supportive of everybody who wants to use his database for our content creation. Seems like a really top guy, to be fair, so do check him out. Skegness currently play in the Northern Counties East League Division 1, which is the 10th tier of English football, so we've got a long way to go. There's actually two leagues in the Northern Counties East, so there's the Division 1, which they're in currently, and then the Premier League above them. Skegness are nicknamed the Lilywhites. They were founded in 1947, and they play their home games at the Vertigo Stadium, which has a capacity of 2,000, so it's not too shabby for a club at this level. They've never ever played any higher than where they are currently. So anything that we do is like brand new history for them. I know it's not real, but it's FM, it's real to us, isn't it? Right, so let's jump in and have a look at the team that we're going to manage. So I think the first place for us to start would be to have a look around the ground. So this is Skegness Town FC's home area. There's a caravan park. Hey, that's that wall that we were introing against. Main road here. I don't think you can actually get in to have a look at the stadium. Looks like somebody's got a nice car. Oh, they've got a car wash, look. That's convenient. That means when I turn up to work, I can have my car washed while I'm doing training. Next match, that's obviously old, innit? Doesn't say what year. I'm not sure if that says. I can't even read what that says. So they've got a car wash. That's convenient for players, and I hope there's a rugby team plays here as well. Indoor Bowls Club. It's all going on in Skegness. Can I get round the other side of the stadium? Oh, a Pizza Hut. You better not be Skegness players. Retail park. So I can do my shopping after work. Pound stretcher. I've not seen a pound stretcher for a long time. This is from September 2018. I'm sure pound stretcher went out of business. I can't get any closer to the stadium though. There's a vet. No, it looks like that's as close as I'm getting. Unless I can get round the back here. Let's have a look. Ah, look, we can see from a distance. So we've got the rugby pitch, what I assume is the training facilities. I think I can't really see a stand. This just looks like a training ground. Can I peek through this hedge a little bit more? Looks like somebody's been using this as a shortcut. Could I maybe not go so far? No, I can't see through that. It's not letting me get any closer. What's that? Jolly Roger. Right, so I can't really get any closer to the stadium. It's not so much a stadium as a training pitch by the looks of things. Things went blurry then. There's got to be a stand somewhere because it holds 2,000. So what I think this bit here is the training ground, and I think the other side of this wall is where they play, because that looks something like a stand and changing rooms and other good stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's something there, isn't there? I don't know. Right, so let's have a look at the club. So we are in the Northern Counties Eastern League Division 1. Against these kinds of teams. I can't, unless it was Swallow Nest, I can't really work out what that other team was on that picture. So we've got poor youth facilities. We've got £140 in the bank. A wage budget of 84 quid. We're currently spending 81, and I can't see where, because I've looked at the team and nobody's got a contract. Immediate problem is it's a very, very small squad. So, and none of them are on contracts because the club are like semi-pro. So we've got a half-a-star reputation, semi-professional, Vertigo Stadium, 2,000 capacity, grass surface, etc., etc. Season ticket price of 35 quid. That's a bargain. I think I want to go and watch them. Bunce has left, that's because I've taken over. So facilities, it's privately owned, so we own the stadium, that's good. Perfect pitch, basic corporate facilities, poor training facilities and poor youth facilities, and basic academy coaching. No affiliated clubs, no proposed affiliated clubs. There'll be no history either. There's just player histories, because obviously it's a brand new database. The records is most league appearances, that's filled in. League positions, yeah, none of this is updated yet, but we'll build that as we go. So the club vision: sign players under the age of 23 for the first team, and do not sign players over the age of 30. Now, I don't think you're going to get to be that picky, because we're going to have to sign players on a free transfer. So we're just going to be signing whoever we can, really. Work within the wage budget, which is not massive. They want us to finish in the top half of Division 1 this season, get to the second qualifying round of the FA Vars, and the second round of the Northern Counties East League Cup. They just want top half finishes. They've got no ambitions of getting any higher, so we're on to a winner there, because any progress we make is obviously going to do well. Board of reserving judgment for obvious reasons, because we've not really done anything yet. Let's have a look at the staff. 2 coaching staff. First problem is we don't have an assistant manager, so I'm going to need to look into that. So I'll probably spend some time off camera sorting out the staff. I do have a coach, Chris Rawlinson, on a month-to-month contract. What about medical team? We've got no medical team, so I'm going to need to deal with that as well. No scouting team. So it's literally just 3 people at the club. I'm on £110 a week. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to end up renting a caravan, I think. Even then, I think caravans at Skegness cost more than that. I went to holiday last year, I think it's 105 quid for a week, so I'm going to be skint. There's no point doing any staff responsibilities, because there's nothing set up yet. I'm not dealing with training. No team report, because I've got no... I do have an assistant report, even though I've got no assistant manager. So we've got a number of good crosses. There's a lot of positives compared to negatives. In fact, that scrolls even further down, which is good. No transfer budget. Composure is an area of concern. Fitness is an area of concern. Jumping is a concern. Too many players lack a good first touch. We are playing at level 10. What are you wanting? You're not going to get messy levels of ball control. Words. Facts. Youngest player is Ellis Humble. He's 23. Oldest player is Phil McGann. He's 35. He's my goalkeeper. Shortest player is Lee Hutchinson, who's 5'4". Nothing wrong with being short. I'm only 5'7". Tall player, Ben Davison at 6'2". He's a striker, but he's a target man. Top earners are all on nothing. You don't weigh much, do you? That's probably in keeping with his height. Average wage is 0. So, that's like I say, I don't know where this £81 a week is. It's certainly not on me because that's a different budget. So we've got some decent players. Phil McCann's a 3.5 star at this level. Parker's 4. Humble's 4. Jason Fields 3. Danny Brooks is awesome. So is Andy Hutchinson. Problem is with them all being on no contracts and we're only being a semi-pro team, anybody could come in and take him. He's got a lot of potential, but at 26 I don't think he's going to see it. Youngest player is greyed out, so Ellis Humble is his youngest player. Yep. So I'm going to need to do some squad bulking, clearly. This is terribly thin at the minute. Definitely need another goalkeeper. I've only got 1 striker. I need to have a look at what tactics I want to play. We do have an under-23s team. They don't have any players. We've got an under-18s team. Again, don't have any players. No youth candidates yet. So, we've got a lot to do. First things first, I think I'm going to deal with the staff. And then I'm going to deal with probably having a look at some players. I don't know what I'm going to do with 0 money, but obviously I need to build up this. But I'm going to decide on my tactic first. It's probably going to be something similar to what you've seen me playing previous saves, because I'll stick to what I know until I've got a team that I know can, well, fit to it or whatever. McGann's a goalkeeper, he's not a sweeper keeper. Central defender, fullback. So I can play with fullbacks. Jason Field can be a fullback, wingback, and fullback. Wingback and fullback. Wingback and fullback. A winger. Ball winning midfielder. That's not bad. He's a defensive winger, but he can play a winger. Josh Nichols a pressing forward. That's good. I like pressing forwards. Hutchinson's a pressing forward. Davison is a target man. Obviously he's massive. And Hutchinson's a pressing forward. So I've got some players that play in the positions I usually go for, which is a good start. Squad dynamics, team cohesion is abysmal. Great. The support meet though. Let's have a look at my profile. So what I've done is I've gone for the recommended for the level that you are at. So look at my attributes. Where are my attributes? Why can't they're there? So 3s and 2s. Because I've picked, I want to develop youngsters. It's given me a 10 for youngster knowledge and 13 for working with youngsters. But I have ticked the box recommend for the level that I'm playing at. So I'm not like an awesome manager that's going to bring in worldies. I'm at a level with this club. I'm a Sunday League footballer with a National A licence. Contract, I'm on £110 a week until the end of the season. So I've only got a 1-year deal. I've not made any promises to any players because we've only been here for 5 minutes. So we've got regular starters and star players. Is there a way to see that? Squad. There's something to do with playing time in it. Could probably sneak it in as a view, but I'd rather not mess this view up. It's how I want it. So this is the league we're in. Worsborough Bridge. That's just down the road from me. Worsborough Bridge Athletic. I don't know why they're playing in the same league as Skegness, because that's quite a drive. So have a look at the league below. Sunderland West End, Tolaw Town, Washington, West Allotment. Eastington Colliery, Durham, Chesterley Street. I recognise the places, I've just never really looked at the teams. North Ferriby, that's not far from me. Nostell Miners Welfare, if that's out to do with Nostell Priory, that's quite close as well. And then you go into that's the Midland League. So where do we get promoted to if we win? Northern Counties East Football League Premier Division. And then what about from the Premier Division? I want to look at so that's where we are now. Then you're going to promoted to the East Football League. So that's got Yorkshire Amateurs, Silsden, Penistone Church, Grimsby Borough, Bridlington, another seaside town, Athersley Rec, that's literally up the road. I could literally go watch them play from way in a 5-minute walk. Shaw Lane, that's just in town centre. So where do you get promoted to from the Football League? The Bet Victor Division 1 South East. Wow. Climbing now. Stocksbridge, Sheffield, Newcastle Town, Lincoln United, Ilkeston, Glossop. Drive through Glossop regularly going to work. Frickley, and then they go up into the regional Premier Divisions. So that obviously you go into the Ryman League depending on where you're from, I would imagine. So there'll be teams relegated depending on. Then you go into the National League. So we can do it. It's a long way to go. I'm saying we can do this. Never mind. We'll see how we go. So I'm going to have a look at staff and players. I know this is a short episode, but it's just an introduction to what we're doing, where we are, the team that we're going to be managing. There's no crest because it's a database update. I do have the badge on the thumbnails and on the intro, so you can see what the club crest looks like. And we'll see what we can do with Skegness Town. I'm going to crack on now, getting some staff and some players in. And I'll catch you in episode 2. So please do show some support for this series. It's going to be a long, hard slog, and it'd be great to see some people getting involved. And subscribe to the channel to keep on track. Hit the notification bell, all that other YouTube stuff that people say. And show some support for this series. I want my YouTube channel to grow this year. I'm sat on 99 subs. I'm hoping to breach that 100 mark and start to climb. I've got a feeling I'm going to enjoy this series. And do check out my other series which is ongoing, Breaking the Mould, where we are in charge of RB Leipzig. We're currently into our second season with them, top of the Bundesliga, and doing well in the Champions League as well. And we've had an absolutely cracking transfer window, so do check that out as well. And I'll catch you in episode 2. Thanks for watching.